Surrey Giants, 8:51 p.m. October 26th. So key point. So these kids are armed with this implantation weaponry, and they can implant your heart covertly without you even knowing it. You may feel something barely. You may not even notice it. And if they try to get you to stand still or this and that, they're probably trying to set you up, implant your brain, heart, whatever, and then they can control from a computer and set it off, explode your heart, whatever. So that's what they're using with this tech. No, it's not far out. So they can kill you easily and covertly. And if you're with them for too long or talking to them, I mean, this is how these kids operate. They're very calculated. So they may even set up a meeting with you, set up a destination to meet, while at the same time you're going to meet them. They may have some of their terrorist organizations stalking you with the satellite, and then stalking you and watching you. And then while you're communicating with them, interrogating them, investigating them, they got their little implantation terrorists implanting your heart, your brain, what have you. So be wary for these kids. If you feel anything, whatever, be prepared to shoot, because they can put devices in your arms. They can do nerve blocks, make you fall on the ground. They can shock your heart, and explode your heart. They can disrupt brain functioning. Some of their favorite things are putting devices in your legs, this and that, and they can block your nerves, literally block them, and you'll fall. And then they'll probably try to stomp on you, kick you, and then make up some lie you're evil or try to harm them, and they defend themselves. So always bring people with you. Make sure you have protections against EMF. If you go around any of these key suspects in my DOJ letter, make sure you have a shield, a helmet, protection against EMF, as they'll try to implant you at any moment. Make sure you have a helmet too, because they can get your brain. Protect your heart, key nerves. You may even need stuff in your pants, because if you just have chest, they may go for the legs and get key nerves that will make you fall. They'll do that too, and maybe then they'll try to stomp you or something. So these kids are terrorists. They're armed and dangerous. They're desperate, and they'll schedule meetings, or if you go to them, they got people watching them, and waiting to implant if you get too close, what have you. So be wary for that. You know, these people are threats to humanity. They're a threat to mankind. If you're around them, you should arrest them, especially if you know who they are. They are involved with terrorism. They're involved with illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution. They are involved with economic espionage and terrorist financing and financing of illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution. WMDs in the form of radiation dispersal devices, various implantation weapons, and implantation-like weapons, such as weapons that can disseminate deadly viruses like COVID and other deadly viruses. These people are grade A threats to mankind. They conspire to rape mankind of their free will with implantation. They hold people hostage covertly in their home with these implantable devices, bombard them with telepathy, perform neurophysiological torture, try to abuse people into compliance. So be wary. They're menaces to society. So unfit and mentally unstable. It is dangerous. And they disguise themselves as righteous. They disguise themselves as freedom fighters. They're also just grade A bullshit artists, confidence men, swindlers, and they just operate in realms of controlled misinformation. And they just love to lie. Everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie. So don't even entertain their bullshit. Be very thorough with them. But they are desperate. They will kill. They will try to lure you places, get devices in you. They'll try to bribe you, and set you up. They will try to blackmail you, set you up. They'll try to seduce you with women. They will try to lure you somewhere, promise you money. They'll pretend like you're covert. Part of their hustles is trying to make you feel covert so you get by yourself, especially people who know the truth, so they can lure you somewhere, then kill you, or harm you, or implant you, or gang up on you with numbers. So don't follow their covert shit. They pretend to be secret law enforcement and pretend to be expert intelligence. They're really just terrorists who stole high advanced technology and have been using it ever since, and then just disguising themselves as expert law enforcement when they're really terrorists. Economic espionage. What do you mean? That's what I know, buddy. You're a thief. How could you be law enforcement? You're a criminal, a thug. You're involved in RICO. 1, 2. You're involved in organized crime in RICO, which is a RICO. 2, you're involved with economic espionage. You're involved in terrorism. You're a threat to America. How could you be a law enforcement agent? What intelligence agency do you work for? They could be sued for letting you work for them. You're a terrorist working for them? Not to mention you're a criminal who operates with information and steals information? from America, potentially. Yeah, they could be sued for that, letting a moron like you work for them. You're delusional. You're not law enforcement or intelligence. You're a terrorist, buddy. Wake up. You're delusional. You heard this whole telepathy fucker is. He's like, that's what you did. Intelligence, my ass. This guy's a fucking terrorist and a human rights violator. I mean, he thinks intelligence guys take time out of their life to watch disabled people ejaculating against their will. These kids are fucking crazy. And then steal from disabled people. They actually think there's intelligence guys who steal from disabled people. What kind of low life would steal from an autistic guy being held hostage by terrorist people involved in RICO, organized crime, rapists with their implantable technology? A guy who's a victim of Joseph Mengele. What kind of loser would steal from a guy like that? What kind of intelligence officer who's actually respectable would steal from a victim of crimes like that? You gotta be a loser to do that. Let's wake up. So yeah, but these guys are dangerous. They're putting devices in people's hearts, genitals. So be wary.